Hi, my name is Lauren Montgomery, and this is for my final for my Quaker Value course at William Penn University. And so we were supposed to pick one of the spice values that we learned throughout the course, and I chose integrity. Um, my service project in general was just donating blood, which is a simple act, but it's one that I feel like integrated integrity and community as well. The reason why I chose this project, it is very, very personal to me. My uncle, about a year and a half back, contracted hepatitis, and that caused his varices to blow. So when they blew, it was a very dangerous situation at the hospital for them because you can't cauterize the veins because they're close to the esophagus, and it had the huge probability to be deadly. And the worst possible case happened to him. I'm sorry. He passed away at the hospital because when his veins blew, he started to bleed to death. So there was blood coming out of his nose, out of everything, and I was not personally there, but my mother was there, and she describes it to me as they couldn't get the blood in him fast enough. Like, there was nurses squeezing the IV bags, there was nurses sitting on bags of frozen blood to get it to warm up so they could get it into his body. And because of all the blood they're trying to get in his body that was like foreign to him, he swelled up, and they tried to rush him to surgery, but he was too bloated for them to do anything. And unfortunately for this situation, they didn't have like a bunch of blood readily available for that. So it was a really traumatic experience for my mom because it's her brother. And so to honor my uncle, as often as I can, I donate blood. And unfortunately, I am a very difficult donor. So this time when I had went, I actually had a difficult time. I have to be freezing cold. I have to have like 3 or 4 ice packs on me, a fan on me, have water and some kind of snack available. And I have a really bad history of just passing out when I give blood. And I mean, obviously, I ended up going, and I didn't feel well like halfway through, and I'm like, hey, if I just go, just let me go. I'll make sure my knees are up, just lay me down so I don't, fall off the bed or something. They seemed very concerned, but I ended up being okay. I did, was out for a couple minutes, but I ended up being all right. I just, with donating the blood, I think a few moments of discomfort is well worth helping somebody. And for me, I think that shows integrity because you're trying to do what is right. And even like the community aspect of it, it affected somebody in my community. Like in my paper, I included that there was this lady named Evelyn, and she needed blood, and I got an email from the blood center, and they're like, oh, this is whose life you affected, this is how you affected them. And that just made me feel such joy. Like, it made me feel thrilled, and it is very self-satisfying to just help out anybody in any way you can. And just even saving someone's life, it could happen from you donating blood. And I think it's a very important value to have, just integrity and making sure that you practice the values of community and integrity. Honestly, integrity and community have been a huge part of my life. I grew up in the small town Grinnell, Iowa, and my family owns a business, so it's been a huge aspect of just having people that, have the good, strong moral values of right and wrong, and everybody in the community knows me and my family. So us trying to be using and practicing integrity every single day to help influence our community and help people out. And I feel like just using integrity and community hand in hand almost influence people around me to do the same. So it's almost like a domino effect, and like community, like supporting our local schools, our businesses, and everything, and then having the integrity aspect of it, it helps you kind of have that moral obligation, the right and wrong, for helping your community. So I was absolutely love Grinnell, and I still go quite frequently to Grinnell, and I do like, little projects. I donate to Micah. I volunteer at the local thrift store. I donate blood. And honestly, my life choices will be affected by the way that I approach my situations. I go out into my community, even what I choose to do in my community. And integrity goes with that as well, because then people can trust you. They know that you do right from wrong and that you're a good person. And just looking at the community in general, I feel like having a better community as an educator is very good for you, because then the parents will want to come and be like, hey, this is a place that has more opportunities and a better education for my child, and it's a good, close-knit community, and there's a lot of people here that are very close. I am very excited about giving blood every single time. Not exactly thrilled that I am a difficult donor, but I really hope that donating blood, making an impact on a small community. I know it's not a lot, but it is enough that makes me feel like a better person, and it makes everybody else want to do the same around me. So I really appreciate everything that I was taught in this class, and I am looking forward to donating again.